G'day guys, Tom here from Different Drop with Mark Lloyd from Coriole here in McLaren Vale in the Gardens. Very scenic on location, and look, a long-time favourite winery of mine. Fantastic Shiraz, Chenin Blanc, Fiano, Sangiovese, alternative varieties, and lots of history and lots of exciting things happening. Mark, thanks very much, mate, for spending a bit of time with us today and showing us around.
Pleasure, Tom.
I guess for people that aren't familiar, yeah, thanks. I was meant to be here yesterday. I guess for people that don't really,
no, I didn't mean it quite like.
That's right. No, I guess for people that don't know much about Coriole, what's the history in a nutshell, and the philosophy with the wines?
Oh, family business, almost 50 years on. Some old Shiraz, very old district of McLaren Vale, so lots of tradition, Shiraz and Cabernet and Mourvedre, and do everything here, sell all around the world, relatively small, but have been sort of seduced by doing different things, and Sangiovese from back in the mid-80s, and so that's led on to all sorts of other varieties, I suppose Italian, but although I've gotten a bit of a problem because people keep on saying, well, sometimes they say, well, how come you do these Italian varieties and you're not even Italian? And well, it's not really because they're Italian we do them. I suppose the excitement was these were going to be different.
Yeah.
Sangiovese, I'd hardly tasted one before we planted it, but it's going to be quite different from Shiraz. It's going to be much more savoury, it's going to be more medium bodied. Then after I planted it, I think the first of some mandatory wines came into the district and came to Australia. I thought, wow, this is really exciting. Then of course go to Italy and think how exciting they are. So so to me it's a lot. The alternative varieties is a great interest because of the characteristics they have and the wine characteristics they have.
And they probably suit the climate here as well.
They seem to, They seem to have quite, they get good extract because Italian varieties tend to be quite sort of medium bodied. And in McLaren Vale they get fruit and extract, but they also have very good acidity, which is not something we can get with some Shiraz, but other varieties. Often acidity is rather poor, so you can make very much standalone wines that you just pick and make.
Yeah. Like
Fiano, for instance, we can just go and pick it and put it in a barrel. If it's a natural ferment, just let it go, clean it up and bottle it. You haven't done a thing to it. So you think, well, that really does suit our district, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, what I didn't realise, so I knew about your Sangiovese, Barbera, Fiano, Chenin Blanc. Just having a look with yourself and Alex in the winery, lots of great little bits and pieces. Nero d'Avola, Montepulciano, maybe some Negro Amaro.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we're getting carried away, but I guess it's a sort of experimental time to have a little bit of those varieties because it's important to really see just how they perform and how they stand up to our conditions and what the characteristics that they produce. So we are very much in experimental mode. Maybe in 10, 15 years' time we'll be, Fiano and Montepulciano, and that'll be it. That's really the shining, that's the really stuff that shines.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, so do I.
Because of this Shiraz. Shiraz is what you're best known for, I guess. There's lots of different Shiraz from the estate up to the Lloyd Reserve. This is one of the scarce earth Shiraz, the Galaxidia, which is fantastic. McLaren Vale Shiraz for mine's going through a little bit of I don't know whether a resurgence or a bit of a transformation, a bit of a shift. There's a lot more freshness I'm seeing out there and a lot more elegance in the wines. Is that fair? Is that what I'm trying to do?
I'm glad that's what you're saying. I think there is, and perhaps some of the excesses of that sort of super ripe style that was particularly in the American market, really, that was really needed. And that was at a time, I suppose, when there was a lot of huge possibilities. If you're a new winemaker off the blocks, huge possibilities in America. If you got that right review and those right things happening, you could just go like this. So it's not surprising that they became popular, but really in the end they were going to be an extreme. And we're such a fashion. I mean, I look back over a few decades. We're so fashion led. It's ridiculous, winemakers. You think we're scientific and do things and things for the table, but we've gone in so many different fashions. People, it's sort of like that old story. If this is good, well, that's better. So if a certain amount of ripeness is good, well, over ripeness is better. Or if natural wines is good.
Everything
absolutely no sulphur is better, and there's a chance that the wine might fall over. So
it is a bit of fashion. Walking that tightrope between standing out and having cutting through and still maintaining what you're about.
And often it's so. Anyway, that's probably getting off the topic, but I think there's certainly, as you've picked up, a great move to fresher wines with a little more aromatics. The wine's not so sweet and unctuous in the mouth that you can't have them with food. Wines have got a certain amount of structure. And, I mean, obviously different country. I mean, you think maybe a lot of American customers and quite a lot of Chinese customers actually probably are quite happy with quite a ripe, sweet fruited style. So there certainly are customers that like that style.
Yeah, but I think for the long term, this is a really exciting shift. But no, mate, the wines look fantastic. It's exciting to be here. If you're ever in McLaren Vale, don't miss Coriole. As you can see, it's a beautiful spot. Views over the north of the Vale and some wood-fired pizzas maybe on occasion. And a lovely cellar door. So, mate, thanks very much. I really appreciate the time. And the wines look great. And we'll no doubt be back.
Great to have you.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thanks.